What was the layout like at San Quentin? A lot of people are fascinated by that prison. Like, how old was it? What did it look like inside? And how many
Well, San
prisoners?
Quentin was the first prison, I think the first or the second, Folsom or San Quentin, built in the 1800s. And so it's massive stone. Folsom is like great. It looks like a Roman temple with these giant stones. San Quentin, parts of it look like the gates of hell. I mean, you've got great big irons, like doors, massive. And, you know, uh, that just, you look about this big and you're walking around looking like you're on the way to hell and there's no getting out. It's none of the it doesn't. Most American prisons now look like junior high schools with flex wire and towers around them, right? But not those two.
We're talking like in the 70s now, before mass
Yeah,
incarceration.
late 70s. Yeah.
And was it like the stereotypical guards with the chewing tobacco and the aviator sunglasses?
Well, the guards were all right because basically they just wanted an easy life. So if you weren't stabbing somebody in front of them and you weren't throwing shit at them or doing something very antisocial, they wouldn't bother you. It was different from what I can see goes on now. It was like we were left to it. And so in some ways, San Quentin was like it was like a mini, I don't know, you call it a pirates kind of like one of those towns in the Caribbean. It's just full of pirates, and we were all there. And you didn't have that. They didn't care to get in your head. Put it that way. There was no there were no trips to the psychiatrist. Nobody was asking. You weren't obliged to come up with some narrative to explain your criminality. I mean, and certainly in Canada, probably the same in UK. The prisoners have to come up with some narrative because the women on the parole board require some tears, some remorse, and they require some narrative, whether it's you as a junkie because your mother died when you were young or you were abused by your father or something like that.